and I'm here with Cara. Hi, Cara.
Hi.
We're going to talk about invoicing today. And the reason we're making this video is because we've made some big changes to invoicing over the past year. We used to use our payment provider Stripe for all of our invoices, but towards the end of last year, we moved all of our invoices directly into GrownBy, which gives you a lot more flexibility. It makes it easier to view the invoices, manage the invoices, and long term, it'll probably be a little bit less expensive for all of us. So Cara and I are going to demonstrate what invoices look like for your customer when they're making a purchase, and also how to manage them as a farmer.
Awesome. So I am going to just try to quickly run through what it looks like what invoicing looks like when a customer purchases a product singularly and then a product on installments, both online and offline. So I will start by buying a CSA share. So I'm going to go to seasonal CSA. And I'm going to add that to my cart. Ta-da. Okay, so I'm going to go to my cart. I'm going to check out now. And I'm going to choose for this, just to show you, I'm going to choose monthly payments.
Who's that?
That's my dog barking in the background.
Wow.
Hold on one second. It's okay. This is a live stream.
This is
It's
live
live.
stream.
Okay, the dog is done barking. All right, I'm going to choose this credit card that I have saved in here of monthly payments. And then you see here I have, would you like to cover your farmer service fees? That's optional. I could click no, it defaults to yes. I could be extra generous and add a tip also. And then down there, there's a box that says cover farmer fees for remaining payments. So because I'm signing up for monthly invoices, that $5 fee would be on every monthly invoice. So I'm going to keep that at the default options. And then I'll hit place order. All right, so there I am, and this takes me to an order confirmation page. I would also receive this order confirmation as an email, and it shows me the order number, and then all my future invoices. So I paid one invoice today, and then I have these other ones due on the first of the next coming months. So that is what the ordering would look like from the customer's perspective. And then if the customer goes in here to orders, this orders tab here, it will show me my options of pickups, orders, or invoices. Now, this might look a little bit confusing because we use this farm to buy lots of different things. So we have lots of different orders that have been placed. But my most recent one is here at the top. And then for invoices, if I go to invoices, I can show all my future invoices where I see what's coming up. And I can also see invoices that are paid and invoices that are due. I have a couple here. And the customer can view all of these future invoices. And if they were to click on that view button, they could pay an upcoming invoice from that dashboard. These are set up to be recurring payments, so it would automatically debit their card. But if they wanted to pay a little bit early or pay with a different card, they could do that here. They could add another payment method. So that is what the invoicing looks like for a recurring payment on a installment, like an installment payment on a CSA share, for example. But if I wanted to go in and shop now, I could buy a one-off item. Say I wanted to buy some carrots. I just want to buy a bunch. And then here I could choose any future pickup dates. Picking up here at the USDA in DC, and I'm just going to choose this weekend. Maybe I'm placing an order to pick up at my farmer's market this weekend. I'm going to add that to my cart, and then when I check out for this item, let's see what it looks like to choose offline payments. So there my credit card is saved, but if I wanted to pay offline, I could click on pay offline and place the order. All right, and then similarly, it goes to this order page where I can see the invoice that was associated with it. I could get to that invoice the same way that I just showed you via this orders area, or I could click on this to pay now if I decided that in fact I didn't want to pay them with cash at the market, but I instead wanted to charge my credit card. I could do it that way. And then when the farmer has marked this invoice as paid, so if I give them cash at market, they'll go in and mark the invoice as paid, then it would show up on my invoices page as paid, which is great. I can see the sort of status of different invoices that are in the past or in the future. So this is what it would look like if I had paid for this. It would show status paid. And then I could view the receipt if I needed to have the receipt for something. Great, so that opens a PDF version of the receipt if I needed to keep it on hand for anything, or I don't know, sometimes there's like rebates optional, that kind of thing. Anyway, you could see this.
All right, so I will show the farmer side.
Take it away.
All right, so this is the farmer view, and right now I am on my dashboard, and you'll see here is the invoice tab. So there's a number of things that you can do here that will help make managing your invoices and payments pretty easy. So we can see I only have one customer. That's my best customer, number 5. And they have just placed several orders here today. And this invoice right here is due. So I'm going to, because this is a cash invoice, right? They said they were going to send me a check or drop off cash at the farm or whatever it might be. I don't know. You can copy that receipt URL and email them that, like if they can't find it or they have trouble using the app or whatever, you can just send them an email and say, I need you to pay this particular invoice today. Up here, you have some controls here. So these are my invoices for the last 3 months, but you can also look at invoices into the future. So if you want to see the payments upcoming, like you have a number of customers that are on a monthly payment plan or something of the like, and you would are interested to know what your cash flow may be into the future, you can actually look into the future and see what invoices are coming up. Another thing that's useful here is you can view all past due invoices. And I'm going to say, you'd want to say like for this month, for instance, there's only one invoice that's presently due from that best customer number 5 again. And this is a cash invoice. So there are a couple of actions that you can take here for managing due invoices. As I said, you can send that receipt URL to your customer, but say they just handed you some cash or a check or whatnot. Sometimes people are also using cash invoices at present to manage EBT. Eventually, we'll be able to accept those payments online, but sometimes EBT are offline as well. You can do 2 things here. You can void this, say they don't actually want those carrots that they ordered, or you can mark it as paid. And when you mark an invoice as paid, you can add a memo. So you can say, thank you for your payment. This memo will actually show up on the receipt for the customer. There's 2 things you might want to put there. You could put any sort of note to the customer, and you can also, I usually include also a check number for my reference, because this will show up with your invoice exports, the check number, or you can just say the check number. It's fine. We in the email that they will get, to acknowledge this payment that I have marked this invoice as paid, they will get a automatic acknowledgement, and it does, of course, say thank you for your payment. So you could just say here, check number 123. Also, when they check their receipt online, they will also have reference to that check number, which sometimes can be quite useful. All right, so we're going to mark this as paid. Success. Now I have no invoices due. Doesn't that feel good? Okay. Other things that you can do. So I'm going to go up here to view all invoices now. Another thing that you might want to do on this page is to process a refund. So let's go here. Now, it's something to note about refunds. There are two places within GrownBy where you could potentially process or initiate a refund. If you want to specifically just refund an invoice, you can do that here, but it does not cancel the order at the same time. If you want to cancel an order, you need to go here and find the order that this references, right? So this is order number 528. Click through to that. And then I can say cancel order.
And if you didn't do that, it would still be showing up on your sign-in sheet, on your packing list, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And you can cancel the order here and issue a refund. So this is saying that this customer has paid $90 and the total price is $90. They paid the full amount, yet they have not picked up any of their shares yet because it hasn't started. So it suggests, GrownBy suggests, that you refund $90. It's basically suggesting that you do not refund fees. As a farm, you do not get refunded the fees that a customer that you have paid to, and the customer may or may not have covered for that transaction. So our suggestion is that you do not refund the fees, but you can. So you'd put $90 here, and then you would also click here, refund tips and fees. Or you could also just cancel the order with no refund. Or if you have a CSA that does not have a refund policy of this type, you could just provide $90 or however much in farm credit. Yeah. All right. So in any case, we're going to refund their $90. And we're also going to refund their tips and fees just to make it easy. And then we're going to confirm cancellation. All right. So it's going to say your order has been canceled and this invoice here has been refunded. So if you go back to invoices, this now shows up as $94.50 that has been refunded to their original payment method, etc. If you go to refund here, it brings up the same dialogue about making a refund. But again, as Cara said, it will not actually remove that item from your distribution list. So be careful with that. If it's in the future, you would want to make sure that you were actually removing that item from your distribution list and you didn't, bring in extra bunch of carrots or CSA share or whatever it might be to the distribution, not remembering that it had been refunded and canceled. Other things that you can do here, you can export a detailed CSV. We're not going to actually do this right now, but you can export a detailed CSV of all of your invoices or a summary CSV of all of your invoices. And this is pretty helpful when you are looking at your payouts from Stripe on a regular basis. You can actually cross-reference your Stripe payout ID with your invoices. So you'll know the revenue that the invoices that are included in a particular payout, which is pretty helpful. Cara, what am I missing here?
Okay, one of the things that's not here is that there is also, so the status could be paid, it could be refunded, it could be due, and it also could be failed. So if someone's credit card has failed, it would show up as failed. It would show up on all your past due. If you clicked on that green view all past due, it would show you both failed and due. And you can, in those like little 3 dots that you get, 3 action dots, you could choose to charge the card. Also, I think it's important to say that like this is so easy in GrownBy. All of this kind of invoice management, I think, is much easier to deal with in GrownBy than it was in Stripe. But Stripe is still really powerful, and there are things that you can see in Stripe that you can't still see in GrownBy. And so there might be instances where it's helpful to pop over to Stripe, log in, and just like look at what's going on if you have some issue where you're curious about, I don't know, a failed charge, a wonky invoice, just something weird. Sometimes you can see a little bit more there. You can also get a little overwhelmed by all of it sometimes, but some farmers are really adept at navigating Stripe, and some people are really happy to never have to look in there.
Yes, for sure.
So
all right.
I think that's all I'd say.
Yes, and we'll go over the order creator on another day, which is another way you can, basically a way that you would be able to generate invoices for your customers on GrownBy. All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us. Let us know if you have any questions about invoices or anything else. We are excited to help you get ready to sell on GrownBy this season.